Hello, my name's Mark. Welcome to Living La Dolce Vita.
Well, hello everybody and welcome back to my channel, Living La Dolce Vita, and as always please subscribe. And big thank you to all my subscribers and to all the people who've taken the time to make comments or messages on YouTube, etc. Thank you very much, it's much appreciated. Right, so I didn't actually film it, but it's done now, and that's the removal of the radiator. So I'm just going to bring you up to speed, and obviously you will have seen a little bit of time lapse earlier of me removing the skirting board. Okay, so you will have seen me remove the skirting board on the time lapse, but obviously I needed to remove the radiator first, which obviously if you look in the previous film that was around here. Now then, I didn't film it because why did I not film it? Well, it was a bit awkward to put the camera in the right position, but I just wanted to get on with the job, and I must admit my mind was concentrating on the job itself, because when you're dealing with central heating, especially, I'm not a plumber, but I know that once you start these jobs, once you start on them, you can't just stop. You know, and if a problem occurs, then you're in panic mode. Well, I usually am, and this is another reason why I want to get rid of my hot water central heating eventually, because at least with electric, it's, you know, you're not going to get a leak from electric. Well, you know what I mean, water leak. Anyway, so as it turned out, it was a lot easier than I thought, because I thought I was going to have to drain down the system, but I didn't have to. Anyway. I'll just zoom in. Let me just see if this is picking up. So I'll zoom in on that. You can see that there, yeah. So that's a little container underneath to check if there's any leakage. Shouldn't be. So this is 10mm micro bore pipe. I had two stop ends to seal off the ends, and yeah, they seem to be working okay. There's one there, and there's one here. Now then, what I did, just in case you're wondering how I did it, I switched off the valves, both ends of the radiator. Whew. And then I went into the boiler, and I looked, and I shut every valve that I could see, you know, and that sort of basically stopped the water into the system from refilling as I emptied the radiator. Thermostatic valves, they're fairly easy to take off. There's plenty of videos on YouTube to show you how to take those off. But it only went down to a frost setting, so that meant potentially the valve is still open. even though it's on the frost setting. So when I took it off, I was able to tighten it down a little bit further to switch that valve off, and undid the joint and slowly released the water out of the radiator. And then on the top of the radiator you've got a bleed valve for letting air out. So if you crack that open, that allows air in, and then the radiator will drain off more easily. Right, so now on the time lapse, of course, as I say, I took off the skirting board, and I don't know if it's picked it up on the phone, but I was hammering away at the edge here. Now the reason for that is the plaster goes up slightly, so that it forms a little bit of a ridge at the edge between the skirting board and here. So I just wanted to chase that back, get back to a flat surface all the way along. The rest of this material, all this sort of stuff, I will take off once I put the floor down, because obviously I don't want it all disappearing down there, and I've cleaned out as much as I can. You know, I'm not going to put, no, I'm not even going to put the hoover down there, because once the floor is down you won't see it. Right, so that's that for now on that. So the next job I'll have to do is to take this flooring out behind me as much as I can, so I've got a bit of space to work to. And then, now, the issue here, if I can show you, don't know if you can see it, but the issue is when they put the stud walls in, they put the floor down first, then they put the stud walls on top. So what that means is I can't, well, I could, I suppose, cut up flush to this bottom beam here. I don't know if you can see, but I need a multi-tool for that, and I haven't got one. So I'll just double check, see how close I can get to that beam with the rip saw all the way along. But what it means is I have to put a block of wood on this beam here underneath to bring it out, so I got something to screw to when I put the floor down. Otherwise it's just a floating end, which is a real pain actually. But there we are, you work around these problems, don't you? So anyway, right, so as I say, clear a bit of space as much as I can, just so I can get one piece down. Once I get one piece down, it means I've got a bit of space to put materials back on top. Good try. Anyway, right, that'll do it for now, and I'll put it on time lapse and hopefully show you doing that. Show myself doing that. Bye for now. Okay everybody, so you'll have seen a bit of time lapse of me struggling with this, getting the planks up. The first so if I get these next two up, that'll be enough space to put one piece of flooring down. Excuse me. My issue was my electric saw decided to stop working. I'm not sure why. there may be a fuse gone on it, but the socket is fine. I've tested an appliance on that socket. Sorry, this socket here is fine. I've tested it with another appliance, so it's obviously the saw itself. Maybe maybe I overloaded it a bit, and I'm hoping there's a micro switch on it that cuts it out rather than fuses it. I'll try it again now in a few minutes. But cutting these by hand is, oh my goodness. Anyway, so right, I'm not going to film everything of me cutting this floor. I'll come back to a bit of filming when I put the new floor down, because this is going to be laborious and time consuming, so you don't want to see me struggling, do you? Yes, it's all sort of these little setbacks, because obviously with a power saw that would cut through that in, you know, seconds, but just do it by hand. Oh, and of course you get a straighter edge with the power saw, of course. So I'll test it. I'll retest it now in a minute. But I've got to obviously be careful, because I can see pipes running under there and cables, so I've got to laboriously check each plank underneath to make sure there's nothing going to interfere with the blade, etc. Right, so I'll get back to you shortly. Bye for now. Hello everybody and welcome back. I've hit a bit of a snag. First of all, the saw is not working, so it may be a fuse. We'll have to see. And I think I'm going to fix it, because I don't want to be cutting these sheets by hand, because this is quite tough stuff. With a rip saw I can just go through it very quickly. Now then, the issue I've got, because I can't get close enough to hear it, means so to remedy the floating end of the sheet, I need to put a block which obviously will be against the beam, like that, but on that side. Now then, as it is, this is I can't put it that way. That's, you know, it'll be too, well, I suppose I could put it that way, but it's whether it'll be man enough for the job. I suppose I could get wood glue on it, but that's the stronger way around it, of course. But of course, obviously, that disappears under there, and yeah, I'd have to cut. I need to cut this back flush at least with that bit of 3x2 here. And to do that, I can't do it with the hand, so I'm gonna have to I think I'm gonna have to splash out and buy what do they call them? Skill saws or something, you know. Yeah, that's a nuisance. The only other thought I had was to put the pieces that way in that configuration, which would work, but if you think about it, the sheet the sheet will be like this. So there'll be one there, and one there. So that only gives me 3 points of contact to screw to. And I don't think, I'd rather, yeah, I think I'm going to have to, I'd rather have it in that sort of configuration. Or that configuration, whatever you, yeah, like that. And obviously full length. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to buy I think I'm going to have to buy I think he called it a skill, so I'm not sure. I'll find out. I mean, it'll be handy for other jobs later down the road anyway. Yeah, what a nuisance. Right, so that basically brought this film to a halt now until I can buy, and of course the screws I've got, they're way too long. I don't want to go drilling through the beam because I don't know what's in the other side of the beam. Ah, gee whiz. There we are. So yeah, I can't think of any other way around it. Yeah. Oh, it's annoying. Everything, these little things keep stopping you getting on with the job. Anyway, there we are. So I'm not going to go out to the shop and buy one now because it's gone 3 o'clock and I need to get back. I need to be cooking food soon. And clear up a bit here anyway, so that'll take a bit of time. And I'm out. And I'm going to be going out to quiet early tonight as well. Oh, it's one of those days frustrating. Just can't get on with anything. Or you know, that's what it seems anyway. But yeah. Ooh, right. Okay, that'll do for now then. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.